After winning all 7 of the most important swing states in the election, Donald Trump is well on his way to achieving a historic electoral clean sweep that has not been seen in the past 40 years. Important battlegrounds were won by the president-elect, including Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and North Carolina. It is now anticipated that the president-elect would also win Arizona and Nevada. After Ronald Reagan's historic landslide victory in 1984, in which he won 49 states, he will become the first candidate from either party to accomplish this feat. He will also become the first candidate to do so, due to the fact that Trump defeated his then Democratic opponent Hillary Clinton in all but Nevada in 2016. The 7 swing states, which typically play a vital part in determining who wins the presidential election every 4 years, have been left in a state of utter discord. Biden was successful in winning all of the swing states in 2020, with the exception of North Carolina. Nevada and Arizona are the only 2 critical battlegrounds that have not yet been called for presidential elections, and it is now expected that Trump will win both of them. The newly elected president is also on the verge of capturing the House of Representatives, following the fact that his party has flipped the contest to take the Senate. With little over 24 elections still to be called, Republicans are getting closer and closer to controlling the House of Representatives with each passing day. This is because more votes from the various counties continue to be announced after the election. In addition, Trump is well on his way to winning the popular vote, which would be a first for the Republican Party in more than 20 years. While everything was going on, Joe Biden made his first public appearance to address the nation following the devastating triumph that Donald Trump achieved in the election of 2024. While he was speaking from the Rose Garden of the White House, Vice President Joe Biden, who is 81 years old, confessed that the vote was honest and fair, and that he had contacted Donald Trump to offer his congratulations. A meandering defense of his time in office was delivered by the outgoing president, who argued that he was leaving behind the strongest economy in the world. Not only did Vice President Biden promise to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition, but he also argued that defeat does not mean we are defeated. Biden's speech was unexpectedly optimistic and persuasive. According to Lammy, Trump will not want to embolden Putin on any day. David Lammy, the Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs, has stated that Donald Trump will not want Vladimir Putin to gain confidence in order to initiate further wars in Europe. Indeed, that is the point of departure. The President of the United States will not want a situation in which the number of United States forces that he has stationed in Europe significantly increases as a result of additional war or threats in Europe, he told the BBC. Lammy went on to say that he would not want Putin to emerge from this conflict feeling confident. The phrase, pace through strength, was used to describe Trump's approach to the management of the United States' foreign policy, according to him. In spite of the fact that Lammy had previously referred to Donald Trump as a Nazi, he had earlier extended his congratulations to him on his overwhelming election victory. I would like to extend my congratulations to Donald Trump on his victory, he stated. The United States of America is the United Kingdom's closest friend, and the particular relationship between the 2 countries has been treasured on both sides of the Atlantic for more than 8 decades. We look forward to working with you and J.D. Vance in the years ahead. With 211 members, the Republicans are now in the leads in the election for the United States House of Representatives. However, they are 7 seats shy of the 218 seats that are required for a majority. As a result, it is anticipated that the Democrats will win 199 seats. Counting is still going on for the remaining 25 seats that are waiting to be named. In the past 4 decades, Donald Trump is the first candidate to have successfully crafted an electoral map that encompasses all 7 states that are considered to be in a condition of swing. As of this moment in the contest, he has already triumphed in the states of Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and North Carolina, and is anticipated to emerge victorious in the Arizona, Nevada. Since Ronald Reagan scored a landslide victory against his Democratic opponent Walter Mondale in the 1984 re-election, he will become the first candidate from either party to accomplish this feat. Within 24 hours of the polls closing on the east coast of the United States, there was a significant increase in the number of Google search trends for immigration. According to information that was made public by the corporation, the number of searches for "move to Canada" increased by 1,270%, setting a new record for the nation. The number of people searching for information about migrating to New Zealand increased by approximately 2,000%, while the number of people looking for plans to go to Australia increased by 820%. According to The Telegraph, Evan Green, managing partner at Green & Spiegel, the oldest immigration law business in Canada, stated that there is a new email inquiry every half hour. Green & Spiegel is the oldest immigration law practice in Canada. The barren son of Donald Trump has been praised by Nigel Farage as very bright in a post that was published on X. The head of Reform UK stated that the young man, who is only 18 years old, played a big part in his father's phenomenal victory. In addition to the remark, he also uploaded a photograph of the two of them posing together. Verge, who traveled to Florida to show his support for Trump while the votes were being counted, used the phrase "the greatest political comeback of our lifetime" to describe the Republicans' victory. As part of his first posts on Truth Social following his surprising election victory, Donald Trump has reposted posts congratulating himself on his victory. The newly elected president uploaded an image of himself along with the words, "Get ready for the golden age," written over the top of it. He also posted photos of himself on the front pages of newspapers to celebrate his victory. "Heal America" and "usher in a golden age" were two of the promises that President Trump made in a speech on Wednesday. The Republican candidate who emerged successful referred to the campaign as the greatest political movement of all time when she prevailed against her Democratic opponent Kamala Harris. Tim Walz, who was competing for the office of Kamala Harris, was seen with his cat at his side after the two of them were defeated in the election. Hope Walz, Walz's daughter, posted a picture on social media showing the unsuccessful candidate for Vice President of the United States of America relaxing in an armchair at his home in Minnesota with his ginger and white cat. The caption that she included said, "The earth keeps spinning, and we live to fight another day." The last time anyone saw Walz, she was covering her eyes with tears when Harris delivered her first speech following their loss on Wednesday. There is still a great deal of uncertainty regarding who will dominate the House of Representatives, which is the lower house of the United States Congress. There is a projection that the Republican Party led by Donald Trump would gain 211 seats, which is 7 seats less than the 218 members required for a majority. A total of 199 seats are anticipated to be won by the Democrats. Counting is still going on for the remaining 25 seats that are waiting to be named. Taking a look at the most important dates as Trump prepares to return to the White House, President-elect Donald Trump is in the process of assembling his new team at the same time that Vice President Joe Biden is spending his final days in office. Although the United States will not see the implementation of regulations for quite some time, there are 2 important dates that should be kept in mind. In the year 2025, the election will be certified by Congress on January 6. During this event, Vice President Kamala Harris will serve as the presiding officer. On the other hand, Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, will both take the oath of office during their inauguration, which will take place on January 20, 2025. It is at this crucial juncture that the power will be officially transferred to the Republican who emerged triumphant. You may view the most recent results and determine which states are still up for grabs by using the interactive map provided by The Sun. As of right now, 48 of the 50 electoral states have announced a winner, leaving only 2 states to announce an official count of votes. Despite the fact that Kamala Harris only has 226 votes, Donald Trump has already established an unbeatable 69-point advantage over her in the Democratic primary. Both Arizona, which has 11 votes, and Nevada, which has 6 votes, are still up for debate. Both of these states are considered swing states, which means that they might go anyway. However, Trump is currently in the lead, which means that he has the potential to finish up with 312 votes, which is more than Biden was able to achieve in 2020 and more than Trump himself was able to achieve in 2016. As Kamala Harris and Donald Trump compete for the presidency of the United States, this interactive map displays the outcomes of their election. When the United States of America goes to the polls, you may find out how many votes each party has earned by clicking on your state. Trump's election victory resulted in a $64 billion increase in wealth for the top 10 wealthiest people in the world. According to the Billionaire Index published by Bloomberg, the wealth of the top 10 richest people in the world increased by an amount that has never been seen before after Trump's monumental victory. It should come as no surprise that Elon Musk, who is already the richest person in the world, was the guy who benefited the most from this trade. According to Bloomberg, the wealth of the Tesla tycoon increased by an astounding $26.5 billion on Wednesday. Additionally, Jeff Bezos, the creator of Amazon, saw his wealth increase by a staggering $7.1 billion. During the previous week, he provided an explanation for his choice to withhold the support of Kamala Harris from the Washington Post. On Wednesday, Larry Ellison, who is a fan of Donald Trump and is also a co-founder of Oracle, had his net worth increase by $5.5 billion. Other individuals who have benefited from this situation include former Microsoft executives Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer, former Google executives Larry Page and Sergey Brin, and Warren Buffett, CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. During this election cycle, none of the billionaires have backed a candidate, but in the past, they have shown their support for Democratic politicians. In total, the top 10 wealthiest individuals amassed an astounding $64 billion. Following the failure of the offensive parade, has Harris once again failed to secure a celebrity endorsement? After suffering a humiliating loss to Donald Trump, Kamala Harris is said to have devastated the effectiveness of celebrity endorsements, according to a knowledgeable individual. Politics expert from abroad in an interview with The Sun, Alan Mendoza stated that people are beginning to view the parade of A-list celebrities as offensive and ridiculous. For the election in 2024, it appeared that the Democrats were attempting to secure as many celebrity endorsements as they possibly could. In spite of this, they were unable to meet the requirement of 270 votes in the Electoral College, which resulted in them losing their hold on the White House. It is possible that Americans have reached a point where they are sick of being lectured by billionaires and the ultra-wealthy, as Mendoza stated in an interview with The Sun. He expressed his opinion by saying, "I believe that the concept of celebrity endorsements is quite ridiculous in general. And the idea that we're having Hollywood superstars or multi-billionaires telling us who should we vote for, I think most ordinary people regard that as being actually offensive." More information can be found here. What are the identities of the 6 warrior angels who helped Trump win the election? The re-election of Donald Trump as president has produced one of the most significant uproars in the history of the United States. Nonetheless, 6 ladies have shown their support for Trump in his remarkable comeback. The 17-year-old granddaughter of Donald Trump, Kai Madison, has the potential to play a significant part in his destiny. His eldest son, Donald Jr., expressed her gratitude to her grandfather on social media on his victory in the presidential election. She wrote with pride, "No one works harder or cares more about the American people's well-being than my grandfather." Lady Melania Trump, who has been married to Donald Trump since 2005, has referred to him as the generous and caring man and has been seen standing hand in hand with him when he won the election. The 38-year-old wife of J.D. Vance, Usha, is a lawyer, a graduate of Yale and Cambridge, and the Hindu daughter of Indian immigrants. She has recently become the second lady of the United States of America, as Vance is the vice president of the United States. In August, Linda McMahon, who is 76 years old, was named to the position of co-chair of Trump's transition team alongside Howard Lutnick. Formerly serving as the administrator of Trump's Small Business Administration, she was also involved in the campaign for the 2020 presidential election. And only lately, Susie Wiles, who was serving as the campaign manager, was promoted to the position of Chief of Staff for the White House during Trump's administration. Susie, who has been working in politics for several decades and has been by Trump's side since 2016, has been described by Politico as the most important advisor of the president. As of late, Lara Trump, who is married to Trump's son Eric, has been elevated to the position of right-hand woman and has joined the family lineup during the president's victory speech. The biography of the newly elected president asserts that Lara ascended to prominence in the Trump pecking order by demonstrating complete commitment to the president while Ivanka retreated from the campaign,